Sponsored by Chris Davis and Ty Young. What's happening, people? You're tuning into Comedy by Coincidence. This is episode number 48. 48? I got things I need to do real quick while we're setting up, but either way, happy to be here. Episode 47. Yeah.
47 is a good number.
What's happening, everybody? How's it going? You're tuning into another awesome episode of Comedy by Coincidence with your boy, Chris Davis.
This is Ty Young.
Hell yeah, dude. Doing our best over Zoom, thousands of miles apart. How's it hanging, my man? How are you doing today?
Oh, it's another beautiful day in paradise, man. Reached 90 degrees today down here in Florida.
I don't envy that.
Fucking miserable. Wanted to brag because, well, I mean, what are you guys at temperature-wise? What are you, 70s?
Honestly, it's like 50. Today, what was it? It was 60s, yeah.
It was
60s.
in the 60s today, but we're supposed to have a high of 89 tomorrow, and we're supposed to break into the 90s mid next week.
I'm going to be miserable about that. So.
Yeah, it's about to get hot for you guys too. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
100%, dude. You hit any open mics this week, man? Sorry, brain fart. What's happening?
Just the usual. I skipped Wednesday though. There was a lot of people leaving town, and it was one of those last chance I get to see them for several months.
Right.
So I skipped it and hung out with them, had a couple drinks, had a good evening off, I should say.
Oh yeah, and that's important, dude. Every once in a while, take a day for yourself. Mm-hmm. Ignore the normal routine. You're averaging 4 a week right now, man. That's what
Mm-hmm.
That's what a professional would be doing. So you're living it the best you can and putting in the work, and that's what I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
But an average is an average for a reason, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's just I've been trying to get the Instagram started though, and there's only like I can do crowd work on Saturday mics and hopefully get a couple videos then. It's just the kava bar scene, man. It's
tough. I know you don't like that one. Here's the deal.
It's not bad. I'm slowly discovering its purpose, but it's one of those like the clientele there intended to get some coffee and not talk, not do anything. So it's just like getting crowd work started alone. That's a huge beast,
I asked you to start it, and I'm going to show you how easy it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we are. I pulled it up. I'm not asking for anything crazy and shit. If you're not comfortable with it at first, definitely don't feel like you have to pull it up on stage or have to pull it up around anybody in particular. I'm talking
Yeah,
about you
yeah.
just doing a post like this. Let's do something frickin' silly, guys. And this is a comedy by coincidence first, guys. And
Kai learning social media.
honestly, I always post pictures ahead of time, so I don't know how to do this anyway. So we're figuring it out. Oh shoot, I'm going live. Hell yeah, hell yeah, dude. You are now live. Anyways, hey, if you're tuning into this, man, I'm starting this off. Welcome to Comedy by Coincidence. Y'all rock. I'm actually mid-episode, so I'm breaking code right now and looking at
fuck the
this
code,
camera
dude.
and not that camera. But welcome to Comedy by Coincidence. I got my man Ty Young, who's a comedian on Zoom on the other side, but we're going to post a little bit of this shit, shenanigans. Why not? So, continuing on. How about I do something like... No, that ain't going to work. But,
I just ordered a new phone stand that will come so I can hit get better video wherever I'm at, And
Right.
it's one of those like I looked at a couple phone stands and it was seriously like getting phallic looking. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need a phallic device to hold my cell phone. It was quite an eye-opening experience,
Let's see. Yeah, that must have been an eye-opening experience. The first time you weren't having to handle a phallic. I screwed it up. God damn it. See, this is the problem with comedy by coincidence. A coincidence if we get it out,
Yeah, it's a coincidence if we get it out right to start with.
Hell. What am I thinking, dude? This is terrible, by the way. I'm doing... if yours are, like, half as cringy as that, you're a success. Is what I'm doing right now. It's a success,
I mean, has to start somewhere. We can always delete the shit later, right? That's the glory of social media. Shit will
I think that's the
disappear.
cool thing about Instagram Live is it doesn't save unless you fucking make it, And I have trouble saving
got
it.
it. Okay.
But that is a good way to get new people to check it out. But going on, fuck the Instagram stuff. Not really. Give us money if you'd like to, and we will rep you.
We are extremely bribable. Very
Super
bribable podcast. Anything you want to a certain extent.
But let's
like getting Chris to cheat on his wife, that's a tall order. That's not going to happen, but like getting me to like put my finger in something I shouldn't, yeah, that might work
that's
out,
easy.
Like
it's what are you asking for? You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's
how tall is the order?
Yeah. You want me to eat like 4 giant burritos for no reason? Yeah, I'll eat 4 giant burritos for no reason.
You want Chris to, let you drive the Volkswagen? It's probably not happening, my man.
Yeah, probably not happening.
Speaking of the Volkswagen, I spent all weekend. So not all weekend. I only had Friday night and Saturday night to really work on it. But I brought the Volkswagen down to my buddy's shop, and we cut into that bitch. Like, I had a serious rust cancer spot that was just kept migrating. So I was trying to get ahead of it. And it was pretty anxiety having to cut into her, man. But it turned out pretty good, and she's back home now and drivable. So that's what matters.
A lot of people are opposed to the tummy tuck, but it's just something you have to do every now and then. Just keep it nice, keep it clean.
Serious.
cleaning up the area. I get it.
100%. But the bug survived. She looks good. We did a great job on the welding. I did good on the body work and the priming. There's a little. I didn't get a chance to paint it back to being red, so it's a little sad to see it having like a gray primer spot. But it's whatever. It's whatever. She's healthier for it. And so I had to leave it there overnight, though. And it's like leaving your kid at somebody's house for the first time as a new parent, I would suppose. You know what I mean? You just don't want to, give over the responsibility and trust these, schmoes to watch your baby or whatever. But really, I was leaving and I told Dan, hey, make sure you tell him about the Jewish ghosts. Seriously.
I think if I'm ever unfortunate enough to have a kid, I feel like I would be a completely different parent because I wouldn't be anxiety ridden that the kids at your place. I would be thinking, oh, thank God, he's your problem. Like the cops can't get me. I'm away tonight. Like that.
No, this is your
go
responsibility. Yeah. Tremendous.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's that's a project that you put many sweat and tears and other people's body parts at harm to keep running. And it's like you can't give it up. You know what I mean?
Yep. And she's better for it. She'll make a few extra years for it, hopefully. So it's pretty cool.
Man, dude, this is a comedy podcast. You know the comedian Gabriel Iglesias, right?
Yes,
Fluffy?
sir. Yep.
Yeah. Apparently that dude collects like bugs
big time.
and only bugs. Like he has like 80 of them in a warehouse or something like that.
He has like a lot of the split window buses in North America right now. He's like got the biggest collection. So
dang.
Yeah. There's a virtual tour of his Volkswagen collection up on YouTube. It's worth a watch if you guys are into Volkswagens.
Does
like
he do the
boy.
voices?
No, but it is he's got some cool shit, man. He turned one into an aquarium. I don't want to like ruin all of it, but like there's some cool shit.
Dope.
But it makes me sad to see a split window bus as an aquarium, and I'm like, well, I'm not driving that one. Shit.
Well, I mean, do you have scuba gear? I mean, you could probably.
Well, it's cut in half,
going, right?
It's
cut in half. Well, that's a boring story. All right.
Put on the wall. Yeah, that's what I mean by sad. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking like what kind of fish he's got inside that bug. Like what kind of fish would fit a bug? You know. All I got is puffer fish, like something that blows up to the size of the vehicle.
That'd be pretty funny to watch. But okay, what else do we got going on here? You got any comedy news this week, buddy?
Comedy news. Well, we can start with the big one, or we can, ease into this.
Let's ease into it. I think I know what you're talking about, and I'm not happy about it. So let's keep going. Let's start. Let's ease me in, buddy.
All right. We're just gonna start with the tip. All right.
Okay.
Chris Stefano came out with a pretty good special called Speshy Weshy on Netflix. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I gotta be honest though.
Yeah.
Christina P dropped a special I just watched today. I think it's called Mom Game or something on Netflix.
Mom Jeans, yeah.
Mom Jeans. That shit is fucking hilarious, yo.
Oh, it was good?
Like,
okay. Because I saw the cover for it, and I was a little cringed. I was like,
totally
shit,
like...
she's going through the midlife crisis.
Vibes.
Yeah.
But it's for a reason. Like, it's kind of... Once you get into the special, you kind of understand why she's dressed like how she's dressed and, what it looks like. But I'm telling you, man, that shit was good.
Tremendous. I'm going to have to watch both of those. And I love both of them. And both of their podcasts are worth a watch, too. But they're nowhere near as good as this one. And that's right. You got your comedy cuties here. Whenever you need them, go back, watch the back catalog.
Maybe skip the first couple of episodes. Those got a little bit crazy.
No. They're worth it. They're worth it.
Keep it in the history.
Yeah.
All right. What's said is said.
They were good. Any episode where we get to be together is a good episode. So
yeah, it's a different beast,
Yeah, doing the Zoom shit is a different beast, but it's all good. We make the most of it, and we're just going to keep getting better at it, too. So,
All right. But, like, on what other podcast do you get to occasionally see me fucking sitting around a foreign country. I'm hoping we get a kangaroo in the next couple of months. Maybe I'll like Steve Irwin it and go, catch a koala or something, feed him, hang out. Not touch a snake because snakes are nope ropes. Bleh.
What episode number did we say this is?
This is lucky number 47. It's the number everybody bets on in every game. Historically, it's done very well at the tables. If you put your money on 47 in roulette, you will definitely get your money back. That's for sure. Because like the numbers only go 0 to 36. So if you're going for that special class like me, bet on 47.
I mean, that isn't 47 the like number of the universe or whatever, according to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No, that was 42.
Damn
47. It. Yeah.
Damn it, so close. That's how much. I'm not a geek. I only geek out on certain things. Okay. I know we're on comedy news right now. How do you feel about Star Trek? I need to know.
Like, are we talking about the franchise as a whole or the series or?
I like all of the different series.
Okay.
And I like all the stuff until maybe the last one, Picard, which I still sort of like, but had trouble digesting.
Okay. Picard's a whole different feel compared to the rest of the series.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're in on it too. So you've watched them all. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I liked Picard. It was pretty good. The early stuff, it's just that 1960s, 70s boring ass TV that did not date well at all. It was good for what it was. But you got to look at like Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like my favorite. And I'll tell people who are like, I just don't like Star Trek. I don't think I could ever get into it. I'm like, well, dude, what are you into? And they're like, I'm into shit about cults. I'm into shit about genocide. I like documentaries. I like this and that. I like true crime stuff. I'm like, okay, start with DS9 then. Because that's so off the charts, man. It goes all over the place, but the characters are good. They're so fucking good. Honestly, all of the cast are tremendous. I really hated the original one growing up. I thought it was too cheesy too.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I got older, I started getting it. I don't know, there's a word for it, but I'm like almost nostalgic for the shit I never was around for. Like I wish I could have been in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, whatever. And I like that old TV now. Oh, are you still there, Ty?
Yeah, I'm still here. The video's just glitchy as all hell.
Holy crap! What happened here? Oh, you're still there. You're still there.
Yeah. You can hear my voice, all right?
Yeah, no, you're moving. You're fine.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, it's cheesy. For me though, like if I want to go old school TV, Doctor Who every day, son.
Twilight Zone, baby. I love the old Twilight Zones with Rod Sterling, but the problem with them is they make me want to smoke, like so bad.
Yeah,
you can't get through half an episode, and you're like, everybody's smoking everywhere. Fuck! I wish I could have done that, but that's beside the point. Getting on. Okay, back to comedy news. What was the big one you had for me?
The big one that everybody knows. Dave Chapelle got attacked on stage at the Hollywood Bowl.
Okay.
By a guy who had a gun-looking knife. And yes, you heard that correctly. It was a knife that looked like a gun.
How ridiculous.
Comedy. Worst idea ever.
It's Mark Norman, and he just shouted comedy when he was done. No, but seriously, he did, and that's crazy. And I just heard the headline. Do you know more on that?
from what I read, it was a single man who just jumped the barricade and rushed the stage. Really working hard to avoid the elusive, not doing nothing security guard at the Hollywood Bowl. And he attacked Dave Chappelle to raise awareness of the gentrification of New York and the fact that his grandmother had to leave his house.
Jesus.
That's what the news articles I read wrote.
That sounds
It's
ridiculous.
It's just such a
ridiculous.
selfish reason. Such a, it's like I get gentrification's a problem because people can't afford to live where they've lived for forever and everything, but to attack a guy on stage and threaten him harm over the fact you gotta move, like,
or they made his grandma move.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, so you've been officially priced out of an area. That blows. But that happens.
Okay, get me straight. Was it Dave Chappelle's grandma who had to move, or this dude's grandma who had to move?
Attacker's grandma.
Okay.
Okay,
but what does Dave Chappelle have to do with that then? Okay.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with him. Everything I read says it wasn't. The guy wasn't attacking.
That sounds like a news headline just trying to fucking take an angle and make it political. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who would suspect that? Who would ever imagine they'd do that shit? Twist a story to make it fucking fit a narrative?
Exactly. It
Holy
feels...
shit. That would be unprofessional, Ty. They would never, ever do that. Oh, capitalize on somebody's mental handicap? Never.
It's either like, I see it three ways. It's either that's what the guy actually said, and if that's the case, he made up that bullshit on the spot. He made that bullshit up on the spot, just trying to give him a reason so they don't break his other arm, right?
Right.
And then, or it's like what you said, an evil newscaster, right?
No, it's just not necessarily evil, but definitely
unbiased.
Politicizing unbiased to fit their corporation's agenda,
Yeah, yeah. Or the last option, Dave Chappelle told those people that bullshit, just so that way it's like not affecting his last special anymore, because that man's probably done talking about that shit. He probably just chose some random little thing and was just like, gentrification, that'll get it off the transgenders. Like, we don't need to bring up that stuff again. We're done with that.
No, that might also be the news wanting to get it off that, because they might be, But okay, I'm not going to go down that route too much, but like that could be real too. Imagine if he had been like a trans activist and they're just trying to keep, which sort of makes sense. You don't want to foil a whole movement because of a dumbass, right? But like,
exactly,
Jesus, I hope that's not the case. But I don't trust most major news corps anymore.
I mean, there's too much money involved, man. There's too much money
It's
involved.
pretty fucked when you're getting all of your news from comedy podcasts. Am I right?
Yeah,
it's a pretty fucked state of affairs in the world when you can't fucking try. It's anyways.
But so basically, there's a lot of jokes, a lot of hot takes already coming out of it, because it's a comedian, so then all the rest of the comedians need to chime in. Right. But what I think was cool was the reaction of everybody around Dave Chappelle. Like, Dave pivoted and did whatever crap he needed to.
Yeah, they said
everybody
Chris Rock,
around him,
Jeff Ross, and two
audience
other
members
people helped grab that dude, and
no, that dude immediately went from, I think I got this, to, oh fuck, 20 people are grabbing me.
Yeah,
like Jamie Foxx fucking hopped on the stage looking like a sheriff, with the hat and everything.
Yeah, Jesus, that's one dude I wouldn't want to piss off.
Mm-hmm. Jon Stewart once again proved that white men can't run fast. So.
But we're really
that.
sending Jon Stewart in there to do our fighting? Is that what you're suggesting we should do? You were sending an aged Jew in there to fucking beat some ass? I don't know, man.
I mean, he jumped in the melee. What can you do? He just,
I love Jon Stewart,
one of the first
by the
to
way.
run and one of the last to arrive.
Out there. Mad love and respect. Fucking love the Daily Show. That was like what I grew up on. It was one of my introductions to the comedy podcast form, or comedy news form, Matt. Anyways, you know what I mean? Goddamn, Chris, get a sentence out. Tremendous.
So it's but I think the problem behind this is the greater implications, because this is the second time a comedian specifically has been attacked during a show within the last month. It seems like,
Right.
Chris Rock, he got smacked by somebody famous, and then now somebody tried to stab Dave Chapelle. Like, not many comedians out there can afford fucking, Navy SEALs to protect them. At best, you're getting Joe Schmo who just finished eating 40 cheeseburgers down at the Burger King, and he's barely made it to the fence without passing out into a diabetic coma. And you really think his ass is gonna save you? No. You know what I mean? Like, no. I'm scared that there's gonna be a form of censorship that comes out of this. You know what I mean?
Right. That makes it so we can't fart on mic anymore, dude.
Exactly.
I won't be able to take a shit on this camera just to prove a point.
Exactly.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie. I got lost in there and then tuned back in, and then I was like, fuck, I'm fucked. I don't know what I'm going to say that's going to... We did it, baby. Yes, and I stopped paying attention for just a second because Dr. Evil sent me some comedy news too. And I'm going to throw this in there to ease us into the other stuff I got. So that I'm not excited for. But this is pretty good. Let's see. Driver claims she was following her GPS down staircase, police say. So a 26-year-old woman drove her SUV through a Portland police pedestrian plaza. So not only... What are you talking about running out of time? What, bitch? Bitch.
What's going on?
Nothing. I think I'm on the wrong Zoom account because this one says we have like 9 minutes remaining on this one. So if it logs me out for a second, I'll pause and switch accounts, and we'll get it back going. It'll take me 2 minutes. Anyway, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck it did that. Okay. A 26-year-old woman who drove her SUV through a Portland, Maine police pedestrian plaza and down the flight of stairs claimed she was following her GPS instructions, according to police. Officers with the Portland Police Department didn't buy the woman's claim, stating they felt it was her excessive blood alcohol level that led to the unusual crash. Trying to see if they say how much she blew a note. Like, we are fortunate that she didn't strike anyone, and this ended with just a small amount of property damage, the police department said. Please don't drink and drive.
It was the GPS officer. The GPS told me to do it. It told me to go down the stairs, officer. So I just did what the nice lady said.
My GPS, it told me to take a right.
What the dog doing?
And I'm just confused by the headline of it. What the fuck is a police pedestrian walk? Like,
Well,
the police
it's
the
the
only ones
walk
allowed to use-
is. Let me tell you this. Let me make some sense
Okay.
of this. The walk is not where the cars drive.
Oh, the walk. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
does that kind of make sense?
Yeah,
So,
that
like,
kind
it's
of
the
makes sense.
police
That kind of makes sense.
station pedestrian walkway, and she
Oh,
drove
so
down the stairwell of it.
Oh, so like
Oh,
the pedestrian walkway went through the police station, like or next to the police station.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. To it. Imagine
this
it's like just a big. Imagine it's like a mall. You know what I mean?
this
So.
this is a very convenient drunk GPS. That's just like you don't even have to go far. We didn't waste public gas on getting this lady. We didn't have to rescue nothing. Minimal property damage. Like this is a very convenient drunk GPS. I gotta say.
Right.
I appreciate that GPS saving resources, so we can catch criminals who are not as eco-friendly. So, I want to give that lady an award for being an eco-friendly criminal, and I think that is quite fantastic.
Tremendous. And then the other one that I have is related to comedians that we know of. I'm not super happy to talk about it, though, because they're all, like, my favorites. Some of my faves all fucking up on me. So, Brendan Schaub is on tour right now promoting his latest special, Gringo Poppy, which, if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube under his Thick Boy channel or whatever. Not the greatest special of all time. But to be fair, do you think, how long have you been doing comedy right now, buddy? Maybe
year and a half.
year and a half, year since we started this bitch. So like, he's been doing it for maybe 3 to 4 years now. So I mean that's time, But could you imagine dropping a special 4 years in?
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
I feel so. At least he's putting it out there. I'll give him that kind of cred. That's not what that is news. So if you want to, go watch Brendan Schaub's special, but you might not want to after this next part I say. Okay. So anyways, this is one of my faves. He's on King and the Sting. He's on Fire and the Kid. He's on Joe Rogan a lot. Shit, he's on a lot of stuff, dude. But other people are involved. Let's talk about the players. We got Annie Letterman. We got Bobby Lee.
Solid. 2 solid comics.
We got Kalila, Bobby Lee's girlfriend.
Idea.
That's Bobby Lee's girlfriend, and she's on the podcast with Esther Pavitsky and Annie Letterman. And I can't remember what it's called. Do you remember what that one's called? Tigerbelly's Bobby and Kalila, but they are Trash Tuesdays. That sounds about right. It's something like that.
Okay.
And anyways, they were on Trash Tuesdays. I guess Annie Letterman spilled this, that she was doing sets at the Comedy Store with Brendan Schaub on his promotion, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get her to come back to his tour bus with him by themselves.
Yeah.
And she took it as, oh, this married guy's trying to fuck me. And was made a big deal of it, and then spilled it on the podcast to the girls and was like, yeah, they did. Or maybe they did it on Trash Tuesdays. I can't remember. No.
I thought I remember on the
I
clip
don't
that
think
I saw,
I don't think they
remember
name
her
dropped him
mentioning it.
specifically on Trash Tuesdays, which does make a difference a little bit. But they're talking about it, and they were like, was he married? Oh, gross. I know who you're talking about, kind of thing. They bring it up again with Brendan, not these guys, but they brought it up on Flagrant 2. You know Flagrant 2, right? And they asked him about it. Hey, what happened with Annie Letterman? And he goes, there was just a misunderstanding, and Bobby Lee and Kalila and I are totally fine. We actually talked about it too, and they were threatening to sue, and we've since talked about it. We're all cool. I don't want to sue anybody. Nobody's getting sued. We're all friends, dude. It was just a misunderstanding, and it just keeps getting blown more and more and more out of proportion from both sides, kind of like a dramedy.
Yeah.
But
this is
from my understanding, no harm was done. There was an invitation to come over to my bus and either kick it or smoke or whatever the fuck. No explicit whatever. So I don't know. I'm having trouble getting word of what the fuck actually happened. So until like somebody gives it like a fucking real full story or whatever, I'm just staying the fuck out of it and not caring.
Yeah. That just sounds like a whole nothing happened.
You know what? It sounds
pot's
a little
getting
bit
stirred.
like high school. A little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know
It's
what I mean?
one of the when I was maybe like 3 weeks into comedy, I was given 2 sets of advice. One, don't date other comics.
Right.
2, don't date other female comics. Like it got specific, because it was just like comics are wonderful people, but in a relationship,
Terrible. Especially
terrible.
Oh yeah, because they're going to air
Notoriously
your
terrible.
baggage on stage. That's their job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? 100%.
And because I Brendan's personality, I could see how there very easily is a misunderstanding.
Right.
But with Annie's personality, I can also see where the misunderstanding's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying nothing or anything. It just seems like
I think
they want to make it.
we need to stop real quick and try to get a woman's perspective here. No,
Okay.
no. Dr. Evil doesn't want not.
I don't even know that I have the timeline straight, so
I don't want to
start
address
putting
this either.
commentary.
That's where I'm at.
Because, like, again, if we're still not even 100% certain whether or not Annie name dropped Brendan in the first place, that changes the whole context, right?
Right.
Because I can understand why Bobby and Kalila might be mad if
Brendan,
Annie didn't explicitly name Brendan, but people put strings together, and then Brendan got mad and then name dropped Bobby and Kalila.
Yeah, and then they got even more mad. Okay, so I could see.
But I don't have the timeline straight, so I was about to hop on the internet and catch myself up. Truth be told.
It just kicked me off with Ty. So hold on, everybody. Pausing. And we're back.
Excellent.
What's happening, everybody? We got him back. That's tremendous. Sexier than ever.
The whole Brendan Schaub situation, or I don't even want to, because we don't even know. I guess Brendan Schaub said it was him, but that whole kerfuckle of a deal is the precise reason. Like, I like the fact that I leave the scene I'm at quite frequently, because it automatically, if you're not always in the scene year in and year out, it just separates you from the drama.
Yeah.
You can't get too deep into one scene where all of a sudden just like people are creating shit to create shit, or you fucked up and you said something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no matter what, I think that advice you got is extremely useful if you want to be a comedian. Don't date other comedians, because with other comedians, just like we were talking, you should be networking and trying to get on other people's podcasts and trying to have them on our podcast and whatever the fuck. No matter whatever comedian you meet, hot or not, is a network connection. Right?
Exactly.
And that's you got to treat it like a workplace relationship. You got to be nice. You got to be respectful, but you might want to keep it at an arm's length so you don't fuck it up. Right?
There far more promising comedians' career has been ruined and destroyed because they just couldn't keep it in their pants around the other comedians. Like
I mean, that's why they try to go after Joey Diaz. So, every once in a while. I mean,
You
that's
know?
why. And if you're going to date a comedian, you better be committing. You know, you better be pulling a Tom Segura and Christina P. Because look at that empire. But that's only works
Exactly.
out because of that commitment right there. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
But
And it's or you could go the oh goodness, what's their names?
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, those two fucking clowns, make me laugh on the daily right now. We're not even covering that shit, but it is pretty.
No,
comedy.
she already did that on the bed. You know, like it's
Yeah, she covered
that
it.
that stuff's been covered. No, it's just one of those like it's just like it really doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're gonna marry somebody from the office, you know, if you're gonna date somebody from the office, then your personal stuff needs to stay outside of the office.
Right.
And for comedians, that line gets blurry real quick. You know what I mean? So it's you got to be able to manage your shit, and a lot of people can't do that well. That's why they're comedians.
Right. Let's see, what else do I got for you? Real quick, let's get off comedy news. If you guys want to know more about that situation, all you gotta do is type in Brendan Schaub, Annie Letterman, and you're gonna get like 100 to 200 videos of just random YouTubers all giving you their goddamn input. Which, if you want to, do it. But moving on, Savage of the Week. I got a Savage of the Week this week. My man Dan Sodoma, who you met at the wedding. He was one of my other groomsmen. He was the one with the glasses and the really long beard.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. He did all the welding for me on the bug, and we got that bitch done in 12 hours. So shout out to my man Dan, who did phenomenal work, and I love tremendously. So thank you for your hard time, and it was fun as fuck to work with you, brother. So you're a bad mofo. Yeah, you are, dude. Yeah, you are. And now Dan is trying to go back up and do the one that was right next to it. Dan's trying to, you know.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Yeah. I'll get you your money, brother. I'll get you your money. No worries. He's like, I know where you live, motherfucker. You know. So. Anyway.
12 hours, fool? Not gonna pay me nothing? 12 hours?
He's gonna come. So if you guys tune in next week and I have 2 broken kneecaps, you know your boy was broke as shit.
So I had to fucking chase him down, tackle him.
Man, love and respect.
Oh shit! Damn. 6 hours a kneecap. That ain't bad. That's not a bad rate.
6 hours a kneecap. 6 hours
a kneecap.
Too cheap for me, man. Oh, imagine if I got myself in real trouble, dude. Oh my god.
I wonder if he works on a sliding scale. Like, could you offer 5 toes instead of a kneecap? You know, just go for all the toes broken.
I still got both kidneys too. I only need one of those that works right.
Oh shit! You can sell those for quite a chunk of change.
Yeah, I sell that outside of that. All good. Okay. Also, then we could upgrade the studio.
Exactly. You know,
kidney, new
100
DAW.
Go a long way. Long way.
Long way, dude. Imagine if we put it all into advertising.
Does it have to be our kidney though? Like, I think a new Savage of the Week would be somebody who's willing to donate their kidneys to the show. You know, like I think that's a good bribable goal. You know, upgrade the studio. Like, who would we sell it to though? Because like, I want to make sure that kidney's going to good use. Like, keep a dog alive or something. You know,
keep a dog alive.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to just sitting like on someone's desk as a paperweight, you know. It's gotta you know, I'd be okay if it was like brewed in some tea, you know, for somebody practicing Chinese ancient medicine, trying to regain their vitality or whatever voodoo stuff that does. But like, you know, I think I would be least content if we like took your kidney and then put it inside of another human body. That just seems like a waste of a good kidney right there. You know what I mean? Like I want the person we sell this kidney to really enjoy it.
You'd be like on pulling some Dale Gribble shit. Like they're going to give my kidney to some poor 7-year-old that's like a master piano player. And you would go to the hospital and steal the kidney. Like, no, we're getting it. No. No.
No, he had his time. He had 7 years. All right, his time's over. It's my time, and I need a kidney baseball. Okay,
they'll give me $500,000. No, it's okay. Moving on. No Florida, Missouri news this week, please. Let's keep that
Hard
off the
pass.
books for a while.
We'll call that once every 2 months segment.
Let's see. Do you have any other segments? You're not in the Europe, so you can't. So you know how you were doing like different cultural practices in Europe, like.
Yeah. That's gonna come back, but you know.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Give me some different, like, okay. You're used to Iowa and Missouri too, so like you know kind of what culture's like up here. Give me some culture shocks from Florida. Like
culture shock from Florida.
What would be a massive culture shock to somebody not from the Tampa area?
A massive culture shock to somebody not from the Tampa area. Turn signals are a figment of your imagination.
Nobody uses them?
Yeah, nobody. If you use them, you are an outlier, or you're a snowbird. Either way, they don't exist. Everybody ignores them. Like every time you merge, whether you think a car's there or not, you're still risking it for the brisket because somebody's about to slide up into that spot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Baseball is a huge activity in this area. You know, like it's kind of an afterthought everywhere else in the country, but down here in spring training area, fucking massive.
I could see it.
So you really got to watch who you diss, otherwise punches will get thrown. Let me see here. Far less meth in my area than I believed. You know, like the news really misled me on this.
It's a surprise.
You know, there's
it's really out here, man. It's in it's where I'm at, actually.
Meth is like
fuck.
Everybody imagines the Florida man is just a methed out guy playing with an alligator, but I've only seen like 2 or 3 meth heads since I've been here. I've seen far more in the Midwest. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's go to Warrensburg.
Exactly.
It's like one
you know,
per one. Yeah,
that
1 per 10 feet. You know,
that or the Tampa area meth man is an elusive creature who has developed skills of camouflage. You know, so they're actually everywhere, but you know.
They're productive members of society too.
Exactly.
Insane,
you know,
bro.
It's the sun. The sun bakes the meth out of them before it reaches the full potential, like the people in the Midwest get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a whole convoluted scientific process I can't really get into right now.
I wonder what happened to those like crazy drugs that you kept hearing about, like Flocka and Crocodile. Like, I feel like those cropped up, it spooked everybody about them. Don't do them, because they'll make you go, it's the zombie drug. and it literally just killed off the few people who were crazy enough to fucking do it. You know what I mean? You heard of either of those?
I've heard of them, but I've never like.
It was a thing up here for a little bit, like two, and I don't want to say it's not now because I bet there's still some. I'm just not out in the city as much as I used to. I used to have to intern out there, but especially in the like mid-central city, I was seeing a lot of people on Flocka specifically, and it is insane, dude. It's just wild.
I mean, it could just be that the name changed. You know, like it seems like every year or two, each drug gets its own new street name.
Yeah.
You know, like cocaine was cocaine, and then it was coke, and then it became yayo, and then it's snow, and then it like just keeps going and going and going.
I've never heard that one. Jesus.
What?
I've never heard yayo.
Yayo?
That's a new one for me.
Well, I mean, you're in white bread country, man. I don't know how to explain it. You gotta.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not in Miami.
You know, you just got to learn how to party, Holmes. I can't use that accent. I'm sorry, everybody.
YouTube just flags us for being racist.
You know, awesome. it happens to everybody.
Let's go, doggy. I'm getting looks. Let's see. Do we have any other segments we're forgetting about, buddy? It's been a pretty long ass episode, actually. We've been doing great.
It has. Got some funny moments.
Oscar's
hopefully a
ready
couple
to
jokes.
leave. He's like, I'm out. Scratchy at the door. Hey, you want to plug your dates? We could end it here in a second. I'm down.
Yeah, sure. Or we can keep ranting. It doesn't matter to me.
Like I can rant for an hour or two. I know you could.
Well, yeah, you know, keep going.
I'll let you go for just a second more. What is you kind of like? How's the new material coming? How much length do you say of material you got thus far?
I think I could do a solid 5 right now, which is not bad. But it's just I've been trying out different formats of jokes, you know, trying out what works. But what's really stopping me from creating
new
stuff is just like I'm getting lost in the find your voice, find who you are on stage type bullshit. So it's every time I go to write, it's like, well, this is funny, but I wouldn't necessarily say this. And it's just fucking me up. Every single time I go up, it's like, okay, let's try out some frisbee golf jokes. And then it's just, you know, every joke I try, it's like a different personality behind the joke. So they're just watching somebody have multiple personality disorder on the stage, and it's just like, what the fuck is this?
I can see it.
Yeah, if you ever want to get a good equivalent, you just need to watch Robert De Niro's head get blown off in the movie The Joker by Joaquin Phoenix, playing the Joker. You know, it starts to get that vibe where, you know, something bad's gonna happen. You know, I'm just gonna, and it's just like, oh, I get off stage and just, oh god, this is. I need some Lexapro. I need, you know, whatever pill form, lithium, Vyvanse, whatever psychotic drug. You know, that's the vibe I'm getting when I get off stage. Sometimes it's just like, oh Jesus.
It's okay. No, man, you'll get it, brother. That practice makes perfect. I'll say this: if he wrote it down, you would say it.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Yeah, you know what I mean? If it came from here, it's a tieism, right? But it doesn't necessarily... It's hard to tie in the random jokes with stuff that, like, is you, right? But you gotta have... You gotta have all sorts of different material, too. So, like, it's good to develop that personal style, the stuff that really relates to you, the stuff about being deaf, the stuff about your interests, and shit. But
exactly.
I've been trying to remember what it is Joey would always say about comedy, that like it's how you relate to the world, but it's also how the world relates to you. You know what I mean? Like you got to be thinking of every person is going to be vastly different and bring a completely different life experience to the table when they come to see you.
Exactly.
Not everybody's going to have your goddamn interests. But everybody's down to laugh at them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's one of those, sometimes it's like, oh shit, you guys don't know what, disc golf is, which is something that's makes complete sense and understanding to me. But other people would be like, so you're just out there like throwing plates around in the park or something? Like what is this thing? And you're like, no, it's this. And you get bogged down in the details, and the details
ruin it all.
Yeah, it will ruin everything. Just like this conversation.
Just like this podcast. Yeah, totally. I feel you. I can follow you. I've been there. Cool, man. No, just keep working on it, man. Don't give up. Just like me, I had a not successful, but went pretty well. Auditioned for a drummer yesterday, so that was cool. I don't know if he wants to do it like full time or if he just wants to like be a fill-in until we get somebody who's full time. But he was good and he did his homework, so that's what I like to see.
Excellent.
And I don't have any dates coming up. So, do you have any plugs for this upcoming week? Any dates?
This week.
Upcoming.
Let me see here. This week is going to get screwy because I don't know what's going to happen in the back end. But I can say I will definitely be at Spitfire on Monday and Wednesday per the usual. But
go out and see him if you're in the Tampa Bay area. You want to see this guy. This is a true comedian who's going to light your ass on fire. Okay.
After that,
he's going to pull his nuts out and light his little pubic nut hairs on fire in front of you, and you're going to witness that. And you might even pay money to see it too, which is insane to me, but it's what it is. It's what it is. And what a sight to see.
You guys want to see a fire snake? Woof.
Anyway.
And then I ain't saying nothing about the back end of this week. It's
gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
I'm trying to surprise somebody, and and
Ty's got a very special.
I'm like out here, putting chloroform in mouths, knocking people out, trying to keep this secret alive, and it's been very difficult. So I
didn't
say
blow
nothing.
it. I didn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I did good.
Nobody blew it. It's just one of those like sometimes you got to be nice, and then sometimes you're gonna be like, hey, I will break your fucking legs. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta get real quick.
Sometimes you just need your $120 from fixing Chris's butt.
Exactly. So
shout out to Zoom for sucking ass, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of their shit doesn't suck except their app. I'll say that.
It's greedy bitches demanding faster Wi-Fi. That's all it is. Like not that.
You know what? It might just be who knows? It could be our providers. Anyways,
no. It's not your end. Your end is always stable and it's pretty good. My end, it's just, hotels want you to pay for better Wi-Fi, and I, on principle, refuse to do it.
Totally. That's some shit right there. Dr. Evil's like, can you finish your sentence?
Yeah.
No, I thought you were playing with him for a second there on the 2 false starts. I was like, are you pretending to glitch now, or
No,
what's happening?
No. I'm just fucking up hardcore.
The functionality of this place is going completely downhill.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man. Hey, I love you. We'll be back next week. Hey, let me talk schedule with you real quick while I got you. I'm good for next weekend, although, like I said, I'm going to be doing a graduation and traveling Friday and Saturday, but I should be good for Sunday if Sunday will work out.
Sunday would work out for me, yeah.
Okay, and then the weekend after the 20th, I'd need to do a early Saturday one.
That should be.
But we'll talk more about when we get closer there. I might even be able to do a Friday one too. But I'm going to be out of town. Honestly, if we get one in early, like Friday or Saturday, the week of the 20th, 21st is those dates.
Early Friday would be better. I fly on the 20th, so.
Yeah, if we could do it before you fly, then we'll be good until the 29th.
Yeah.
Which would be tight.
Which things would get really confusing because Australia, like.
Yeah, and we'll try to it'll work out. It'll work out.
Yeah.
When there's a will,
Figure
there's a
something
way, and we got a way, baby.
Exactly.
Because we love you guys. That's
Absolutely.
right. If you made it to this point in the podcast, I want you to comment below #TrueSavage, because you guys are. Mad love and respect. What are you going to say?
I was just going to say the usual mad love and respect.
I beat you to it. I'm sorry. Mad
Tell
love
your
and
fucking
respect.
friends. Like, comment, subscribe. Insert YouTube bullshit catchphrase here. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch Ty light his nuts on fire.
Exactly.